Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 4 March 2021. Thursday night, 9 o'clock, time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel. And that is exactly what we have for you tonight. I believe we have 31 sale lots, all knives with a couple throw-ins. No leftovers from last week. Thank you guys very much for your continued patronage. I do appreciate it, and so do my consignors. Trust me, they do. Before we get on to the meat of the sale, a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'll post them on the screen for you in just a moment. They'll also be reprinted in the description underneath this video. Also in that description, above the terms, you're going to find 3 links to prior videos on this channel. The first is my primer for buyers video. That is a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So if you are new to this weekly event, please take the time to watch that. It'll make things go much more smoothly. Second is my FAQs for consignors video. If you're interested in using this weekly sales vehicle to move along some of your collection, that video explains how it all works from the consignor's perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the Apostle P Knife Service, the original online sharpening service for the knife community. Let's see, below those 3 links and below the terms of the sale, you will then find the list of inventory for tonight's sale, complete with timestamps and pricing. You'll see 2 prices listed. The number to the left of the slash is your as shown price. The number to the right is the price with an Apostle P edge, fresh, clean, and ready to cut. There will be next day sharpening available this week for the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened. If you fall outside that first 6, you're just looking at about 2 weeks to get your knife sharpened and sent off. I think that's about it for housekeeping, except if you see the word sold in lieu of pricing, that means that particular knife has a new owner. No need to send an inquiry about that. That's it. Time to get the terms up on the screen. We'll be right back with the inventory. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up tonight, we have a really sweet, classic pocket knife. This one is a Schrade branded knife, but it's part of their IXL series. Let's see if we can read that. Wostenholm & Son, Sheffield, England. Comes in a rather beautiful little presentation box. A leather belt sheath that appears to have never had the knife in it. Whoops. And I'm making a mess. All right. Inside all that comes this little beauty. Would you look at that? Definitely a lockback folding hunter type knife. This one is 4 1/8 inches closed. The blade, kind of an upswept muskrat. Stainless steel, apparently 3 1/8 inches in length. Gorgeous stag covers, nicely matched. Lockup is rock solid, action silky smooth. Centering is going to be off to the left a bit as you're looking at it. We'll call this near mint in presentation box. Gorgeous nickel silver frame. Actually, looks like the bolsters and end caps are integrated. This one is serialized 04043. Can be yours for 95 bucks. Near mint in presentation box 115 with an Apostle P edge. That is the Schrade IXL Folding Hunter. Next up, another beauty from back in 1975. This is also from Schrade. It's called the Schrade Granddad's Old Timer Barlow. Comes in this little presentation box. Here's the knife. 3 3/8 inches in closed length. Saw-cut Delrin is the cover material, just a little bit of storage debris in these saw-cut grooves. Brass inlays, brass pins, beautifully tooled brass bolsters. Cam tang knife. There's your main clip point blade. Pull is about a 7. Secondary pen. Nice walk and talk. Centering appears to be pretty much down the middle. This is also, we'll call this near mint in presentation box from 1975. Your price on this one, 60 bucks. 60 like it is 85 for me to sharpen both of those blades. It is the Schrade Granddad's Old Timer Barlow. Next up, here's an interesting knife. It is a Schrade, and it is an Uncle Henry, but it is Mac Tools branded. Comes in a nice plastic presentation box. It is the Mac Tools Harry Gant commemorative knife from 1991. This is serialized number 0833. And here's the knife. It is a Schrade Uncle Henry LB5. Nickel silver bolsters. Serialized number 0833. There is your Harry Gant. I think these were the skull bandit ears. Shield. Laminated wood covers. And then you've got the blade. 91 Driver of the Year, Harry Gant. Let's see. Beautiful lockup. Centering is down the middle. 3 3/4 is your closed length, and then you've got a 2 3/4 inch blade. This one is near mint in presentation box. Your price on this one's going to be 45 bucks, guys. 45. 60 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. Next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6. It's the Uncle Henry LB5 Mac Harry Gant. Next up, here is the value knife of the sale. It's the Schrade Uncle Henry 285UH Trapper. Nickel silver bolsters. That is jigged Delrin, jigged to look like stag. Normal trapper blade set, muskrat clip, and a spay. Cam tang knife, about 6.5 pull, perfect walk and talk. Centering's off. It is near mint, no box. 3 7/8 inches in length, guys. Your price on this one, 30 bucks. Made in America, pretty much like new condition, just a little bit of hazy tarnish on the nickel silver. That's the Schrade Uncle Henry 285UH Trapper. Next up, here is a nice piece of buck history. It's the Buck 415 Kalinga Pro with the checkered rubber grip scales. So probably a hard plastic overmolded with rubber. Beefy stainless steel liner lock frame. And then this beautiful trailing point Kalinga Skinner blade in 420HC. Sort of a polished stonewash flat. And then beautiful satin hologram bevel and swedge. Blade length on the Kalinga is 3 3/4. The handle is 5 1/16. It is a stainless steel liner lock knife. Unbelievably good in hand. A superb hunting knife. Rock solid lockup. There's your lock engagement. Silky smooth. I believe it's on phosphor bronze. Centering might be off to the left ever so slightly. You might tighten the pivot and get that to work right. Super nice action. It probably even flicks. It does. Beautiful knife. Condition on this one's going to be near mint, no box. Let's see. Pricing reference is a little hard to find on these. There's one currently listed on eBay for a buy it now of $129. Then there was a completed listing that was $199 listed, but best offer accepted. So, you know, some probably maybe in the mid 100s would be the real retail. This one can be yours though. $90 like it is. 90 like it is. 110 with an Apostle P edge. Next day sharpening available. If it's one of the first 6, that is the Buck 415 Kalinga Pro. Next up, for all you old TNPers, if you remember early in the Nuttin Fancy project, Nuttin had a bunch of these. This is the Buck 297 Sirius, spelled like the satellite radio company. It is a hard anodized aluminum scaled, spring assisted, modern folder. 4.5 inches is your handle length. You pull back the little safety, and then you have a better than that spring assisted knife. There we go. 420HC is going to be your blade steel. 3 3/16 is the blade length. Rock solid lockup. Centering down the middle. Flipping action's a little lazy. Maybe a drop of oil. Some little tiny wear marks on the very nose of the handle, but other than that, awfully nice. We'll call it excellent to near mint. No box. I found these in eBay completed listings, even with that beautiful skulls pattern, between 55 and 82 bucks sold. This one can be yours for 50, 50 like it is, 70 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Buck 297 Sirius. Next up, oh my, I told you in my teaser video yesterday we had some fixed blades from inexpensive to exquisite. Here's the inexpensive one. Check out this bad boy. This is from Bear MGC. It is the Bear 9-inch Damascus Bowie. So made in America with Alabama Damascus. A classic Bowie profile. 9 inches of blade, 5 1/8 inches of handle. And that is stag bone. That is cow bone jigged and torched to look like stag, and a rather nice job they did. Big brass guard, nice leather sheath. Condition on this is near mint, no box. The only reason not like new is because the cross guard does have a little tarnish from the sheath, but really basically a new knife. I found 3 of these running not with the stag bone, just with smooth bone on eBay. They're listed now for buy it nows of where are they? $115. This one can be yours. $85, guys. $85 like it is. $115 with an ApostleP edge on that Alabama Damascus blade. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That's the Bear MGC 9-inch Damascus Bowie. Next up, probably the most special knife in the sale. It is a Kershaw. It is made in the USA. And it is the 1660 CKT Leek, maybe. Also comes with the Kershaw Ken Onion pouch. Oh, guys, it's a rainbow leek. It is a rainbow leek in like new in box with pouch condition. Stainless steel frame lock knife, rainbow anodized, and a rainbow anodized 420HC blade. Kershaw Speed Safe Speed Assist. This one made September of 08, and it is like new. These are obsolete now. They're discontinued and out of production. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Blade centering is down the middle. Hard to see, but it is. Speed safe action works perfectly. Now there's a lot of these out there, but there aren't that many in bona fide like new condition. This one is. Your price, $150, $150 like it is, $170 with an ApostleP edge. Probably don't want to sharpen this one, but just in case. That's the Kershaw Rainbow Leek. Next up, sort of from Kershaw, one of the foundational ZT knives, and it's going to come just with the pouch. Okay. Check this one out, guys. This is the ZT-0400. So you have a Parkerized stainless steel lined, hard anodized black aluminum scaled, Track Tech inserted knife. And it's kind of a big one, and check this out, guys. Oh yeah. Ken Onion design, recurve Tonto, DLC coated, CPM S30V, speed safe spring assisted, right hand tip up or down. There's your lock engagement. It is rock solid. There is your blade centering. It's perfect. We're going to call this one like new in the pouch. It might have been in the pocket, guys, but edge unmolested. It is discontinued, and gosh, these knives have kind of gone through the roof. Completed listings on eBay from $213 all the way up. There was one listed at $399 that sold on a best offer, but we don't know what. Blade length on the 400 is 3 5/8, then with a 5-inch handle. Beautiful in hand. But this one's not going to cost you $213. It's certainly not going to cost you $399. How about $140, and then $170 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. That'll be a fun sharpening job. That is the ZT-0400. Next up, from SOG. Now be careful because there are 2 of these, so make sure you pick the right one when you send me, or I'll take it. This is the SOG Access Card 2.0, and this will be listed as SOG Access Card 2.0 BLK for black. Okay, so it's kind of an in-the-pocket money clip knife, and the clip will swap to either side, by the way. But I wouldn't use it as a pocket clip. I'd probably use it as a money clip. Clip is sort of soft in tension. So it's a carbon fiber scaled knife, and that is the frame as well. Arc lock mechanism, bona fide arc lock, swings from a pivot. Inside you have this clip point blade, some kind of DLC-like substance, coating it. Blade steel is VG10. The blade length is 2 3/4. The handle length is 3 1/2. Locks up rock solid. Nice smooth light action with the arc lock. Centering is down the middle, kind of hard to see, but it is. Super slim. And a pretty nice little utility knife. How is it in the hand? Not bad. Nice jimping on the spine. Let's see. These are out of stock right now. They might be discontinued. They were $60 web pricing when they were available. This one can be yours. Like new, no box, $45. And then $65 if you like it with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening available. It's one of the first 6. That's the SOG Access Card 2.0 BLK. Next up, we have another SOG Access card. This is going to be in your inventory as SOG Access Card 2.0 BB for bead blast. So that reversible left to right clip is bead blasted, as is the VG10 blade. 2 3/4 inch blade, 3 1/2 inch handle, super slim carbon fiber knife, arc lock mechanism, so super strong for a very light, thin knife. Action and lockup are nice. Centering is down the middle. Conditions like new, no box. I think these are discontinued. They're definitely out of stock. When they were available, they had a web price of about $60. This one can be yours, $45 like it is, and then $65 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That is the SOG Access Card 2.0 BB. Next up, we have one from Civivi, the budget line of Wee knives, and it's the C907B Elementum with gray G10 and a D2 blade. Nice little gent's knife. There's that gray G10. Clip is going to be right hand tip up only. It's kind of a Parkerized affair. Nice firm detent, nice flipping action on the D2 blade. That's 2 15/16 inches of blade, 4 inches of handle. Blade rides on phosphor bronze washers. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Centering's down the middle. Just a great basic pocket knife, guys. We'll call this one near mint in box. There's no inner pouch, just the box and a cleaning cloth. Web price on these is $51 if you buy one brand new from your favorite retailer, and most web retailers at that price level are going to charge you shipping. This one can be yours, shipped to you, priority mail, $38. $58 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Civivi Elementum. Next up, it's Hogue time. Yes, it is. Inside the box, we have model 34373 EX03. It is the Hogue EX03 with the flat dark earth polymer frame, beautifully textured. Nice clip, but man, why didn't they put me a lefty mount? But they didn't. Very, very cool knife. Alan Elishewitz design. We have a 3 1/2 inch blade of 154 cm with a gorgeous stonewash. Button lock mechanism with safety. Whoops, that was me. Super nice action. Lock up rock solid. Blade centering favors the right ever so slightly. I don't think it did when I first looked at it. It's close. Condition on this one is near mint in box. These are still available. One of the earliest Hogue models. They must be successful. If you buy one online, it's going to run you $136 at your favorite web retailer. This one can be yours for $90. Near mint in box. 110 with an ApostleP edge. And next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened tonight. That's the Hogue EX03. What a nice knife. Just a nice knife. Next up, oh, these are always a feeding frenzy. I'll have like 5 I'll take it's by 908. From Giant, Mouse, Knives, Jesper Voxnes, Jens Anso, we have the Giant Mouse Ace Grand. Here it is. Green canvas micarta. Deep carry wire clip, reversible, left to right tip up. Blade. Elmax. Nice clip point. 3 3/8 inches in length. Handle is 4 5/8. This one's a liner lock. Very early lockup, but it is secure. Tiny bit of stick. I'm sure that will wear in. Blade centering right down the middle. Does have a ball bearing pivot. Let's see. Like new in the box is this one. You know, I'm actually going to call the centering close. I see it favoring the left side ever so slightly. So as with most Giant Mouse products, it came and it went. They were $185. They're out of stock. Generally, these sell, as you guys know, for over their original web retail as soon as they're gone. But this one can be yours for $185. $185 like it is, and then $210 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened tonight. It's the Giant Mouse Ace Grand. Next up, from Spyderco Knives, Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth, we have, look at that model number, a C101 GPBGY5210002 Manix 2 in 52100. Such a cool knife steel. It's really a ball bearing steel, but it works really well for knives. This is the KnifeWorks exclusive, gray G10, black hardware, DLC blade, and you definitely want that DLC coating on 52100 because it is a very high carbon ball bearing steel, not stainless. Guys, the edge that this steel takes is unbelievable. Relatively easy to sharpen, but it takes a keen edge like on par with ZDP, I think. Let's see. Rock solid lockup. Free drop in action. Whoops. Golly. I'm so not right-handed. Blade centering on this one. Can you see it? It is close. I see it to the right ever so slightly. Condition is like new in the box. They are out of stock, the KnifeWorks exclusive. Completed listings on eBay running between $160 and $175. This one in like new condition can be yours for $150, $150, and $170 if you like it with an ApostleP edge. That is the Spyderco Manix 2 52100 DLC. Next up, we have an interesting little combo deal for ya. Why don't I own one of these yet? I don't know. From Spyderco by way of Seki City, Japan, we have the Stretch 2 in brown G10 with the ZDP 189 blade. Such a beautiful Spyderco. Look at that. So this is the full freight Stretch. Fully stainless steel line, beautifully hafted in Seki City. mid-lock, backlock, black clip, and a non-clad ZDP 189 blade. Lockup is rock solid. Action is smooth. Centering is perfect. Condition is like new. And this sheath isn't necessarily for this knife. It's actually for a right-handed military. But it works. Very nicely made. Who made this thing? Vicek. Okay. Very nicely made. That comes with. So the knife is like new in box, plus you get the sheath. They are out of stock. Completed listings on eBay. Sold knives running between $172 and $233. Most of them over $200. This one can be yours. $160 like it is with the sheath. $185 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That's the Spyderco Stretch to BRN ZDP. Next up. Another from Spyderco. This one from Golden, Colorado. It's the C85 GP2 Yojimbo 2. Standard Yoj, right? Black G10 handle. S30V blade. What a wicked, wicked thing that is. Compression lock knife. Rock solid lockup. Free swinging blade. Centering's pretty close to perfect. Condition like new in the box. Buy one of these brand new, and you can. It'll run you $155. This one can be yours like new in the box for $125. Shipped Priority Mail. $145 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge, and next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened tonight. That's the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. Okay, next up, we have stuff, lots of stuff. From Medford Knife and Tool, owned by the friendliest, gentlest man I've ever not met, Greg Medford. No outer box with this one, just the plastic inner box with packing material, the warranty card, and the letter we do not read on this channel. No, we do not. And a dog tag and all that good stuff, right? Inside comes this. The Medford Colonial TI. A beautifully milled titanium handle. It's titanium on both sides. Flame anode. And inside the handle comes this blade. And I think all the Colonials are D2 still. They're still selling these for like $650. They are still selling on eBay for the high 500s. 3.5 inch blade. 4 3/8 inch handle. We think of Medfords as being big and clunky, and they are girthy, but they have very efficient blade to handle ratios because the pivot is so far forward in the handle. There is your lock engagement. Lockup is rock solid. Action is silky smooth. Now I don't have a Medford pivot tool. This one feels like it could be tighter, and the centering does favor the off side from the lock. So if you have that spanner, I'm sure this could be centered up better than it is. But yeah, just a beauty. We'll call this near mint in inner box only. Okay, and it's going to come with a little Pocket Pro wallet, green anodized aluminum, and then it's got this inner inner thing that separates your cards, and then it acts as a money clip, and it's just the two sides are mounted with like elastic or rubber to get your stuff in there. It's called the Pocket Pro, And it comes with the Medford for free. You get the whole thing, $650 brand new, plus the Pocket Pro, near mint in inner box on the Medford. $425, guys, $425, and then $445 with an Apostle P edge on the Colonial. Okay. Nice package, I think. Okay, next up, from the Medford to the traditional, we have a Case Select knife from 2011. It is the Case Select 6347 SS. Comes in the sleeve, the presentation velvet box. So we've got a serpentine Stockman, nickel silver bolstered, brass lined, or is it? No, that's got nickel silver liners as well. And then this beautiful moss green jig bone. Closed length is 3 13/16. We have a main clip. Everything's tree sharp stainless. Long pull cut swedge. About a 7 pull cam tang. Beautiful walk and talk. Whoops. Secondary sheep's foot in the middle. And then a spay on the other end. Very, very slight rubbing. So the centering is absolutely beautiful. In fact, I'm trying to see where I saw a rub. I think it was between the sheep's foot and the spay. Oh no, the sheep's foot and the mane, right? It's very hard to see, very slight. So beautifully made knife, actually. It's near mint to like new in box. Completed listings on eBay for this knife seem to be running between 90 and 125, but I don't think I found one with the moss green, which I think might be the most desirable cover. But anyway, this is a steal, guys. $50, 50 like it is, 85 if I sharpen all 3 blades. Next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6 this week. That is the Case Select 6347 SS Stockman. Next up, I think this might be the hidden gem tonight. From the now extinct Queen Cutlery Company, we have one of their handcrafted antique style pocket knives, and it is the Queen number 64 ACSB Canoe. Look at this little beauty, would ya? Look at that. Look at that. Nickel silver bolsters, brass liners. The covers are amber carved stag bone. You have the coin shield. 3 5/8 inches of closed length. Lots of nickel silver, guys. Main spear, 7 pull, cam tang. Beautiful walk and talk. Secondary pen. Nice fat little pen blade. Extremely slight rub on this one, guys. Very, very slight. I mean, very slight. Very well put together Queen knife. No side play. We'll call this near mint to like new in box. Your price on this one, $80. These will never come out of the old factory in Titusville again. $80 like it is. 105 I sharpen both blades. And next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6. That's the Queen number 64 ACSB Canoe. Next up, we're going across town to the other side of Titusville for a Great Eastern Cutlery Northfield unexcelled premium pocket knife. This is the number 141218 Lick Creek Boys Knife in Sambar Stag. So if it was made in 2018, it must have a clip point blade, and it does. Look at that, would ya? Oh my! Popcorn. Popcorn on the mark side. A little less popcorn on the pile side, but look at the match. Would you look at that? Oh yeah. This has some pull, guys. This is all of a 7, maybe a 7.5. Cut swedge, long pull. Nice gator, snappy walk and talk. Secondary pen. Both blades are centered. It's a beautiful example. Like new, in the tube. Try finding one. There were some completed eBay listings, sold knives that were between $199 and $275 for this knife. This one is a gorgeous example. It's like new in the tube. It's $200. $200 like it is. $225 I sharpened both blades. That's the GEC Northfield number 14 Lick Creek Stag. Next up, it's another one from GEC, and it's a Tittiute variety, but look, Laos Lick Creek Boys Knife. This is one of the original run, number 142216, so it's going to be the spear and pen configuration in rust red jig bone, and it's going to come with the story in the tube. This one is about the snake. Here you go. Look at that gorgeous rust red jig bone. This is all steel. Bolsters and liners are steel. And of course, so are the blades. The beautiful Lick Creek spear point long pull cut swedge satin finish. I have to turn my page. Oh. We're going to call this a 6.5 pull. Beautiful walk and talk. And then there's your pen blade. Centering right down the middle, both blades. Stunning example. Like new in the tube. I was doing some pricing research. These have crept upward, my friends. There was one sold on eBay recently in the completed listings for $175. This one can be yours. A perfect example, like new in the tube. $150 and then $175 for me to sharpen both blades. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That is the GEC Tittiute number 14 Lick Creek, and then we'll say RRJB for rust red jig bone. Next up, another one from Great Eastern. The Northfield Unexcelled Premium line of pocket knives. We have a number 661317 calf roper with the Stockman blade set in blue, camel, bone. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Bolsters, nickel, silver, lined and pinched. You got 3 7/16 inches of closed length in a very slightly dog-legged frame. The cloud shield. Main clip on cam tangs. Pull is about a 6, and very nice walk and talk. Center blade is a sheep's foot. Pile side blade is the spay. Very slight rubbing just around the nail neck. So really, really well centered blade set. Really squared away knife. We'll call it near mint to like new in tube. I only found one of these knives sold recently on eBay. You guys are not going to believe what has happened to the calf roper pattern, especially ones that have nice walk and talk like this one. That one sold listing on eBay brought $255. This one can be yours. $215, $215 like it is. $250 for me to sharpen all 3 of those blades. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. It's in your inventory as GEC Northfield number 66 calf roper blue camel. Next up. Well, did you say that you like that knife, but that Camel bone is not you. Well, here you go. That's another Northfield premium pocket knife from GEC. It's another calf roper. Number 661317. This one in smooth autumn gold bone. Oh, guys, it looks like soapstone. Just look at that. This has the oak leaf shield, so it must have been a DLT exclusive. Lined and pinched nickel silver bolsters. Brass liners. Look at that autumn gold. Oh my. Blade set. Main clip. And look, satin no etch on a Northfield. Center sheep. And then the pile side spay. Pull weight on this one, we're going to say 6.5. Perfect walk and talk. Blade set is very nicely centered. You have to actually look hard. If you look right under the nail neck, yeah, you can't see it. Just the slightest rub from the spay, but well camouflaged by the nail neck. Just a superb example. Like new, in tube, near mint to like new. There might be some storage rubs on the hardware. Gorgeous knife. Your price on this one, $180. $180, and then $215 for me to sharpen all 3 blades. Next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened tonight. It's the GEC Northfield 66 Calf Roper SM Autumn. Next up, oh my, guys, it just gets better and better. From Great Eastern Cutlery's Northfield Unexcelled Premium Pocket Knives line, we got us a number 771116 Yankee Barlow in spring green jig bone. Yep, the 2016 run single clip. All steel construction, so liners and bolsters are steel. And the most stunning clip point blade ever put in a traditional pocket knife. Long match striker pull, cut swedge. 7 pull. Perfect walk and talk. Perfect centering. Condition. Like new in the tube. Now, I didn't find any completed listings on eBay for this knife in spring green saw-cut bone, but in other covers not stag, the completed listing price range sold knives ranged between $360 and $453. This one can be yours, like new, gorgeous example, $325, like it is, $340 with an Apostle P edge. It's the GEC Northfield number 77 Yankee Barlow. Next up, oh guys, oh my. What's my favorite GEC knife? Well, it's my first GEC knife, my 2014 78 American Jack. Can you read that? I think it says number 781214 EC in chestnut jig bone. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. The 78. What are they, like 3 11/16ths? But they are a man's knife, guys. You'll want to use the spine of the pen blade to pry against, to dig that robust clip point blade out, because it's got an 8.5 pull. Big, long, beautiful pen blade. Perfect walk and talk. Perfect centering. One of 61 made. Price reference, unobtainium. Your price, $250. $250. Like new in the tube. Maybe near mint. There might be a little tarnish. It is a 7-year-old knife. Yeah, beautiful knife. Beautiful knife. $250 like it is. $275. Both blades sharpened by the ApostleP Knife Service. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That is the GEC Titty number 78 American Jack Chestnut. Why so much information in the listing? Because that's not the last 78. Next up. It's another Titty number 78 American Jack. This from the 2017 run, model 782217 in elderberry jig bone. So this is going to have the spear and pen blade set. I love that elderberry jig bone. I love the Titty shield. So when they did these 3 years later, right after the 14 run, they did a little bit lighter pull weight, so about 7 on this one. Spear point blade, just a drawn swedge and a nail neck. Super fine walk and talk. Still got that big, long, beautiful pen blade. Blade set is centered perfectly. We'll call it near mint to like new in the tube. Your price? $195. $195 like it is. $220. I sharpened both blades. That is in your inventory as GEC Titty number 78 American Jack Elderberry. Next up. It's our last GEC knife, and it's our last number 78 American Jack. This model 782217 in smooth white bone. I own the twin to this knife. It's definitely on my never sell list. There is that thing of beauty. And guys, if you've never owned a GEC in smooth white bone, here's what it looks like now after living in a tube for 4 years. If you actually carry this knife, let it breathe a little oxygen, that bone is going to develop all kinds of character and stay beautiful forever, more beautiful as time goes by. So main spear, satin, no etch, drawn swedge, nail neck, 7 pull, secondary pen, perfect walk and talk, perfectly centered blades. Condition on this one is like new in the tube. My old eyes really couldn't find a significant mark on it. Just a beautiful, beautiful example. Love the hot dog shield. Your price on this one is $195. $195 like it is. $220 for me to sharpen all 3 blades, or all 2 blades. Both blades. Next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened tonight. That's in your inventory as GEC Titty number 78 American Jack Sm.White. Next up, this one has returned to Papa, but not for very long. It's bringing a tear to my eye. From Bark River Knives, Escanaba, Michigan, USA, we have a Gunny Sidekick. First production run in CPM M44. Comes in the black leather sheath. And check out this thing, guys. See, I would never make a knife with this handle material, but Mike Stewart would. Toxic green, a pine cone, my friends. And there is that now legendary Gunny Sidekick blade. 150 thousandths thick, CPM M4, high convex grind, robust point, beautiful handle. This knife with the pine cone handle, guys, would have been, what, $350, $360 brand new. It is like new in the box. A beautiful example of the Sidekick. Your price $250, $250 like it is, $270 with an Apostle P edge on the Apostle P design knife. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. This is the Bark River Gunny Sidekick M4. And the last knife in tonight's sale, it is a monster. It is a thing of beauty, a work of art, and a flat-out stone-cold killer. From Lon Humphrey Custom Knives, we have a beautifully made sheath. And inside the sheath resides, come on, honey, the Gunfighter Bowie. That is one of the best looking fighting knife Bowie blades I've ever seen in my life. Fashioned in the Lon Humphrey Brute de Forge style. You got 8 5/8 inches of nasty ripping clip point blade. We have a dark curly maple handle lined in blue. It is like new in the box. That handle's 6 inches long, guys. You can find any grip on that thing. Wow. When it was purchased brand new from Knives Ship Free, I think, could have been DLT, it was $338. They are gone. There ain't none in stock anywhere. This one can be yours, and a superb example. $275, guys. $275. That is shipped priority mail, and that will not be a small shipping bill. $305 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. And I sharpened one of these yesterday, and man, do they come out nice. Blade steel, by the way, 52/100. Yeah. So $275 like it is. $305 sharpened. That's the Lon Humphrey Gunfighter Bowie. And that, my friends, will bring us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Thank you for hanging out with me. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking.